Yo, what's happening? This is Cool as Mac. This is what we doing. We doing a story time right now. This year is the year that WD&G's UTD Infinity reaches 10 years. So I thought it was a perfect time to come on and tell some stories kind of about the journey up until now with Wedding Crashers. It's going to be split in different episodes and stuff, and I'm going to be throwing it out, you know what I mean, for people to digest and shit like that. So the first story I'm going to tell is kind of about 1317 and Nike. So there's a lot of people that don't really know what 1317 is. I know we got like somewhat of a cult following, so a lot of people do know what it is. But for those who don't, 1317 was a apartment that belonged to Treese, which is my best friend. You know what I'm saying? She used to open up the apartment to me and Quentin and all of our mutual friends and stuff to come over there and hang out. We would go over there and record because niggas wasn't trying to pay for studio time back then. So it was just a good meetup spot for everybody to come in and have a good time before we go out type shit. So that was the spot. That's kind of how me and Quentin developed the consistent WD&G output, you know what I'm saying? And it was super fucking fun. Treese had a job though. She had a job at Nike at the time when we were in college. And goddamn, she had the craziest discount, bro. And Nike was kind of like starting to like show a little potential, I guess, in like the fashion world because like mind you, this is like 2013, 2014, 15 type shit, right? So designer was like very very popular back then, but like Nike was starting to kind of do some shit like in the fashion world. I could see that from Treese working there because she got all like the staff dress. She got all the what's coming out this year type shit, like the forecast, and they was doing some like runway looking ass shit. You know what I mean? So that was kind of a like perfect timing. You know what I mean? So she worked there. I had a job around that time. I was working at Eastlake. I was working at the golf course caddying, but I needed a new stream of income and shit like that. So I asked Treese about Nike. She got me the interview and shit. I get in there. I get the job. Okay. So in the midst of like us all still hanging out together, and then both me and Treese starting to work at goddamn Nike, the discount is crazy, brother. It's crazy. And so at the same time, me and Quentin kind of trying to find ourselves like stylistically, you know what I mean, as far as fashion goes. Um, I always had an eye for fashion, but it was always an expensive eye. Like I can't afford most of the shit that I know about, and most of the shit like that the rappers are talking about. I'm not ashamed to admit that. I could go get it, but then a nigga be hurting for a couple weeks and wearing it multiple times a week, and I wasn't doing that. So yeah, with that discount and shit, and us still kind of like trying to figure ourselves out, like with the fashion and shit, it just exploded, bro. Because what we would do is we would go to outlets and shit like that, and at the outlet, you're going to the outlet not to pay full price anyway. So, with that being said, it's not full price shit at the outlet, and then they give us our friends and family discount at the outlet. So we would go into the outlet and come out the outlet with 6 bags for like $250. You know what I mean? The tech fleece was like huge. You could get those at the outlet, but I mean, you get a pair of sweatpants, $100 sweatpants, $55. 120, $130 jacket, $80, 85, $90. You know what I mean? Like that's still expensive for sweats, but at this time, it was the most popular thing, and people would have multiple sets of this fit. You know what I mean? And we would have them first. And so it started to catch on when Wedding Crashers started to catch on because it was synonymous with what we was doing because we could get that shit the cheapest. And it also kind of gave like fans and it gave like our followers something to latch onto without having to like ruin your life for it, without having to buy that and then be late on the bill or something. You know what I mean? Like if we screaming Nike, there is I mean, it's almost like a 90 to 95% chance that you got at least one pair in your closet. You got at least one Nike shirt in your drawer. You know what I mean? So you didn't have to go and spend a whole lot of money to be down with 1317. All you had to do was just have that shit on. Have the swooshes on you and then sing the lyrics. That is as simple as that. And I thought that was a fucking great recipe. I thought that, you know, a lot of people took it and ran, you know, without really attaching themselves to 1317. And that's okay, bro. That is flattering at the utmost. But I just wanted to come on and let y'all know exactly kind of where that came from, exactly why it got taken away, you know what I mean? And we still on that shit, you know what I mean? I still got tons of Nike in the vault that I'll pull out and bust a nigga top with. But yeah, that's the story. That's the 1317 and Nike story. Shout out to the 1317 hot girls. We got Bana. We got Shoutini. I'm talking originals now. We got Tori. Shout out to Chalice. Shout out to Mo Baby. You know what I'm saying? These are like the girls that used to work at Nike that kind of believed in the situation. You know what I mean? They vibed with the music and they was just having a good time with us. And, you know, I like to thank everybody that threw that Nike on in honor of 1317 and still doing it to this day. That's my story time. You know what I'm saying? Just, if you fuck with this, let me know in the comments. Let me know if you can hear me. If you can't hear me, this is the first one. But yeah, other than that, that's it. If y'all fucking with it, I'll run some more. But UTD, cool as Mac. I'm out.